Boo! Gotcha, bitch. You guys want to know what time it is? It is time for another episode of Frankengar, and I am so excited. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present the two contenders this evening. We have the Opus X and the Liga Privada L40. Now, we see these two cigars are two separate entities, but soon they shall be combined in holy matrimony of my magic fingers. So that's right, for our next episode of Frankengar, we're going to be fusing this Opus X with this Liga Privada. Let's just get right into it. Okay, we start with the bands. First we got the Opus X, take the band off. Unfortunately, a little bit of the wrapper came off with the band. Whatever, what are you going to do about it? Gonna chop off the top of that Opus, and now we are good to go. Next step we got to do, thing is a little dry. You know, the cigars have been aging for a while, so we got to make sure we moisturize that wrapper just a little bit, and we move on to the L40. Same thing, want to take off the band. Band is super duper hard to take off on the L40, and since this one's been aged a little bit, I decided to go the less traditional route and just kind of like pull it off through the bottom. Boom, mission accomplished. Same old deal, we're going to chop a piece off, we're going to take another paper towel, then we're going to go and moisten it up. Same thing that we did before. Now we have both cigars. What we're going to do is going to cover them with another paper towel, another moist paper towel, and that's going to moisten up the wrappers. So we're done. Now we can go just about start taking off the wrappers. As you can see, I am having a hard time. I'm starting with the Opus X. It's really giving me some trouble. I'm ripping off a couple of bits, not really getting that much success. So I think what I'm going to do now is just chop off a little bit more, and I think that'll actually give me the kind of edge that I need, you see. So I chopped off a bit more, and boom, like nothing, it comes off super duper easy. Alright, what's really important is to moisturize the wrapper on the other side now that it's off, and we can get started on the binder. Again, the Arturo Fuente 888 was giving me a bit of trouble even with the binder. As you can see, I am struggling just a bit to find it, but after a little bit of time, I do happen to get it. Now, don't worry about those little bits that come off. That's not a big deal. That's not really going to ruin it. Boom, there you go. I found the edge. And see, I even halfway through, I have some problems. These things are rolled really tightly. I gotta say, out of all the cigars I took apart so far, this Opus X 888 has got to be the hardest. But fortunately, after a while, we are successful. Now, that binder is beat up a little bit, but what are you gonna do? We can still work with it. Do not worry. Now, one thing I want to point out, look at how dark the tobacco is inside of that Opus X. I was shocked. I mean, the wrapper on it is not that dark, but we can see the filler is really dark, and we have the binder, wrapper, filler all separated. Time to move on to the L40. Now the L40 was much easier. I find the end of the wrapper pretty quick. Boom, wrapper's off. Gonna do the same thing. We're gonna take a little bit, we're gonna moisten it up, but then I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna take that wrapper, I'm gonna put it inside of the other wrapper, kind of like not ferment, but let them sit together. You see how they wrap up together really nicely. That's quite interesting. Now I'm looking for the binder. Again, with the L40, doesn't really cause too much trouble. It's fairly easy to find the binder. It takes me about, this is sped up double, by the way, so it takes me maybe like a total of 10 to 15 seconds. As you can see, I'm picking at the ends, just trying to find where that binder begins, and I think we got it. There you go. Nope. Yeah. Oh, yep, there it is. Boom, binder is off. What a nice big binder. That's gonna really help us bring everything together later. Now we got something that seems to be like a second binder in the L40, but that's just filler leaf. That's just the way they packed it in. There's the really tasty stuff on the inside. As you can see, I'm trying to take it apart. So we got, let's see what we got. We got a wrapper. Oh, nope, that's not the right one, dumbass. There you go. Okay, so we got the wrapper, binder, filler. We are good to go. Let us continue. Now, next up, we want to actually give a little bit of extra maintenance to the binders. The binders are very important. If we have a cracked binder, we will not be able to make the cigar form properly. So as you can see, what I'm doing is I'm taking the binder from the L40, I'm setting it down, then I'm putting the binder from the Opus on top of it and covering it with the wet paper towel. That's what I do with both the binders and the wrappers. I like it when they sit together because then one of them doesn't get too moist. They kind of help each other out by absorbing some of the moisture. After I let them sit for a little bit of time, they actually get pretty good and malleable. And as you'll see by the end of this video, they, even though they've been aged for probably over a year, they make a hell of a good cigar. So now I'm actually beginning to take all of the fillers. I mix them up. I take the dark ones, put them in the middle. I take the medium looking ones, I put them around the dark ones, and then the lightest looking tobacco, I just wrap that all around. I like to use the tobacco from the L40 because it makes it super convenient. I could just wrap the whole filler up in it. It almost acts as a second binder. Who knows? Maybe Drew Estate does use two binders. I'm not sure. So here we go. We got our first bunch, and we are going to first use the Opus X binder. We're slowly going to go ahead and wrap that up. Take our time. No rush here because it is very fragile. We don't want to make any mistake. One mistake can topple the whole operation, but we were actually successful. Now it's time to put on that L40 binder. The L40 binder is very important because that's pretty much going to hold up the whole cigar, I would say. All the structure, all the density and all that, everything is going to be based off of that L40 binder. And you know what? No complaints today, guys. It actually came on really, really nicely. Boom, skip-a-boo, a little roll, and there we go. We have our bunch. Now, what's next? We're going to take that bunch, we're going to put it into our mold. So, we're going to go shove that thing in. Which side? This side. Let's do that side. Wait, we didn't chop it first. There you go. Boom. Sorry, that's a little off screen. We give it a chop. Skibbity beep bop, push it in. Boopity boop boop. You're going to hear me doing a little more scatting. Alright, and we put that away, clamp it down. Now, this is important. I take the little bits of, Liga and Opus tobacco. We're going to use that. I'm going to make cigarillos later. They are delicious. Clean up your station. Let's keep going. Now, what are we going to do? What's going on here? We're going to be doing maintenance on the wrappers. When I unraveled them, unfortunately they did not come out perfectly, so what we're going to be able to do is we're going to be able to work on them a little bit. Oops, sorry, I guess I'm not doing that just yet. Right now we're just taking out the bunch. I am shitty at camera work, and we're going to flip it 90 degrees so it does not have the seams. Here I actually showed to you guys a little better. I'm sorry about that. I am a dumbass. Just want to admit that is my bad. Now, this is what I was talking about. I'm just going to chop up the wrappers a little bit, make them a little straighter, get rid of all of the little jagged edges, all the rips that happened while I was taking it apart. We're just going to make sure all of that gets taken care of, okay? And so there you go. We're done with the Opus wrapper, and we are on to the L40 wrapper. As you can see, we made it nice and straight. Boom, we're ready to go. We're taking out that the bunch from the mold. As you can see, it doesn't look too bad. It got a nice consistent shape. We're going to start with the Opus wrapper because it is thinner, and we're going to go ahead and wrap that up in the Opus wrapper. Now, I'm an idiot, like I mentioned earlier, so you're going to see me try to figure this out. I forgot which way it goes. Durr, or durr, hey Artie, you're so nope, that's not it, you dumbass, turn it the other way. Anyway, it takes me a minute, I'm sorry about that. So there you go, I finally figured it out, and we are putting that Opus wrapper on that bunch. And to be honest, I would smoke this thing just with that Opus wrapper, but we're gonna put that Liga Privada, the L40 wrapper on that thing as well. So boom, there it is, just with the Opus wrapper. Let's throw on that L40. Just touching up the bottom a little bit, no biggie. Okay, so here we go. We are almost at the home stretch. A little bit of glue, and we are on to rolling. Here's the trick, guys. Tug and roll, tug and roll, tug and roll, tug and roll. That is the trick to doing the wrappers. It took me so long to figure it out. It is extremely difficult. I've been rolling for years, and I've only recently figured out how to do it correctly. Now, since I don't believe in caps, we're going to just really quickly turn this bad boy into a, you guessed it, pigtail. We got a nice little pigtail going. All right. So, take a look at that thing, guys. Isn't it beautiful? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I gotta say, that turned out so much better than I thought. Check this shit out. You know what? I'll do you one better. Time for a slideshow! Now. Yeah, I mean, it looks great. Oh, it smells great. Round 2, baby. Already got my Pohiba. Now I got my Opus Privada X. Look how beautiful it is, man. I'm so excited. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching my video. I will have many, many, many more Frankengars coming for you very soon. Please feel free to message me and give me ideas. I love it when you guys message me and give me ideas. This was actually an idea that somebody gave me, so I'm open to many, many suggestions. Next, I'm thinking maybe something with Davidoff. I don't know. We'll see, but I'm having a great time. I will see you guys later.
I love cigars. Blah, blah, blah.